They say strike while the iron is hot, so here I am probably making the millionth video you've seen on the popular Netflix series Squid Game. I'm making this video on why the old man, number 1, made the Squid Game and how he justifies it. We go 8 episodes without knowing who made the Squid Game. We'd like to think that the man in the black outfit is the person behind the game, but it's not. We go all the way until the end of the sad, emotional episode on the marble part of the games, without knowing that the old man is the creator of it. We find out on the last episode, episode 9, that he made it. Him, alongside some other rich, powerful people, basically made the games because they were bored and joyless, and decided to create the games as a way to have some fun. Man, Saitama was bored, but you never see him causing harm to others due to severe boredom and lack of growth in his life. Having nothing to gain in life can make life dull and make life go by slow. It sucks to live with nothing left to grow, no goals, and nothing that you could work on to truly satisfy yourself. The old man states that the poor and rich have something in common. The very poor and the very rich are the same, and that living is no fun for either. The poor, survival-wise, have it harder because they have to work 60 plus hours a week to barely have enough even to obtain the basic necessities in life. They don't have time for goals, enjoyment, and experiences because they're always worrying about if they can eat the next day or if they're going to have a roof under their head the next day. The poor can't even worry about the thought of self-fulfillment. The rich never have to worry a day about the basic necessities, but they can't find enjoyment due to everything being able to be obtained. It seems as if the middle class got it good. Well, not really, but at least they aren't starving or homeless and have the ability to grow and make goals. Life is consistently going up and down for the middle class, where the rich are always on top and the poor are always at the bottom. I can see what the old man said about the rich and poor living just for the sake of living and being bored. I'm going to relate the experience of self-fulfillment and progressing as a person to the game Pokemon. Now, Michael, how can Pokemon relate to paying bills and living? Now, hear me out. I'm using Pokemon as an example since most people have played it, so it's easy to explain and connect. In Pokemon, the basic premise is to catch other Pokemon and beating wild Pokemon, so your Pokemon grow stronger until they are the strongest of them all. Your Pokemon start at level 1. The beginning of the game, you're faced with other Pokemon with similar levels. The battles are even, so no battle is too easy to breeze by. And it's important battling other Pokemon because when you defeat them, you get rewarded with XP to level up. The game is fun because you're constantly leveling up and getting new moves, new evolutions, and making new battle strategies. You keep leveling up, fighting other Pokemon that are around your same strength. Imagine if you played the game starting at level 100. What fun would that be? The rewards from beating other Pokemon would be meaningless, and what's the point of fighting if you'll just end up one-shotting them all? That's how the rich are basically living. There is no more leveling up that can be done, and the basic grind that makes a game fun is meaningless for them. The poor are basically stuck at level 1 and can never level up any further, so they are just stuck grinding with no reward given. Hopefully this reference and example can provide some light to the old man's thinking about life for the economic classes. Now on to how he justifies it. It's shown well in the last episode on his deathbed. He bets a game with number 456 that the drunken man who fell asleep in the cold would die, and nobody would give him a helping hand. Right before the old man dies, a person who they thought wasn't going to help the drunk ends up coming back with the police. So there you go, the old man was wrong. He had this idea that no one would help the poor and everyone is out to help themselves. He definitely has a morbid, pessimistic view on the world. And he isn't that off, but it's the rich who don't help the poor, not the middle class helping the poor. It's hard for the poor to help the poor because they are all at the bottom for a reason. Can't help someone when you can't even help yourself. For a lot of the middle class, they aren't really that far off where one or two things happen, they'd end up where the poor are. And in the Squid Game, the man who portrays the Pakistan person was in a situation like this. He graduated from a really nice college and it seems to have made it, but life is life and looks like somehow he was trajected for the top and ended up at the bottom. It's hard to help every person you see in need, especially when you yourself are struggling to keep your own status. I help people time to time, but I can't help every person. If I was to give $20 to every homeless person I saw, I'd be on the streets too. The old man was definitely wrong on this one, but he must have thought this and sees them as dead men walking. Killing them in the game would be a mercy kill to number 1, to be honest, in his way of thinking. The overseer of the game likes to keep dignity to the game because he believes everyone in the game have been screwed by society, so he wants to give them the chance they never got from the real world. The Overseer and the Old Man view the outside world as hell, so why not join this hell with an actual solution to their problems? They give them all the choice to quit after round 1, which they do, but when they go back to the real world, they realize how terrible it is. The series showed how rough everyone has it and how the world can be so cruel, but that's the purpose of this world. To keep pushing no matter how tough it gets. We are put in this world to face the cruel reality of the world and keep going forward no matter what. I don't mean to make this video so bleak and morbid, but I'd like to end this on a positive note. Even though the world can be cruel, you've got to find the good in the world. Whatever small glimmer there is, take it and run with it as long as you can. If it's possible, try to see the world as half full and not half empty.
Maybe that something is hope, or maybe it's just another hell. Fact is, you can only find out by moving forward.